Welcome back to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for you guys today. Looking forward to today's show. Going to be a good show today. Really excited for today's show. It's going to be a good show. Going to have a good show today. It's big fight week. It's big fight week. In a real way, it's big fight week. A lot to get into. We're going to come up with one magical parlay, guys. We're going to review all the cards, everything about it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, thoughts. Super chats. Give me 1 second. We're going to get started. All right. Let's start here. Give me 1 second. We'll get started. All right. We're going to do polls today, the whole thing. All right. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button. Become a member. Smash by smashing the join button. That gets you the lock of the week. It gets you the long-term parlay. It gets you access to the members-only chat, the members-only live stream. It gets you all of that. The members-only chat, the members-only live stream. It gets you the merch. It gets you all of that. The best gambling advice for $5 a month. Make sure to become a member today by smashing the join button. It's also pinned in the chat. If you see the link, it's pinned above the chat. You can also become a Patreon. Link is in the description. It's in the ticker below. $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice. It gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe for just $5 a month. This $5 a month gets you the absolute best gambling advice anywhere in the known boxing universe. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Become a Patreon, become a member, do all that good stuff. For just $5 a month. $5 a month. All right. It's good to have everybody here today. Let me give you a little rundown. I want to bring you guys a ton of content. This is obviously big fight weekend. It's shootout weekend. There's so many good fights. I want everyone to get paid. This is a week we have to hit, and we have to hit big. I'm going to try to come up with one beautiful parlay that we can look at, that we can lock in today, that I want to look at. We're going to get into all of this. All right. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, guys. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. Support the channel, support the work. I'm going to bring you two shows today. I just dropped the I just dropped the Keyshawn Davis and Ortiz video, so that is live. Moreover, I'm working right now on the Mortazayev and Josh Kelly video, and it's been a while. So watch Mortazayev, and he's not as good as I thought he was. There's more flaws than I thought. So I'm not really ready to give a great prediction on that. I know what Josh Kelly is, but it's been a while since I've watched the tape on Josh Kelly. So I got to go back. I got to watch the tape on both of those guys. I watch the tape on both of those guys. I'm going to get into that in a real way. We're going to get into all of that. Like, share, and subscribe. So it's going to be a ton of content. I'm going to try to bring you at least one video every day. I'm going to try to bring you two today. I don't see any reason why I can't bring you all two videos today. So I'm going to try to do that. One's already live. That's the Keyshawn fight. I've watched the Xander fight. I'm just going to bring you as much as I can. It is one of the most active, busiest fight weeks we've had in a long time, in a real way. It's a lot of content, a lot of videos. We're going to get into all of it. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me all forms of social media, 3D Boxing, 3D Boxing Black. Smash the like button. Join, subscribe, do all that good stuff today. $5 a month, just $5 a month. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, and super chats. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. Let me know in the chat, and then we'll get into it. Oh, and I did want to thank you guys. You guys have been making this month. We have a week left in the month, basically. You guys have come through for me in a real way. You've made this a beautiful, beautiful month. I mean, every day now. getting passive views. Guys going back watching the show. All of my views are up. My watch hours are up. You guys are super chat. My memberships, everything. You guys have been an amazing, amazing audience. You've been, and I appreciate you guys for doing all this, guys. So appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Yes, sirree. All right. What up, PJ? 79's dropping his video for me in the next couple hours. That's not great for me. I had a real rough week, but shout out 79. Good to have you here, my dude. We're gonna get it all back this weekend. Last week was tough. I'm here. Well, it's good. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here, Sal. Salute, G. Salute, Marta Prince. Great week to make some money. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a huge week. A huge week. Assad is here. Everybody's showing up. It's good to have you here, my dude. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. Let's make some money. Let's get rich. Let's get rich. Teofimo Lopez is going to shock the boxing world for the third time. Then I think you take the over. I don't think you think he's going to knock Shakur out, right? So let's take the over on that fight. Let's take it to go the distance. What up, G Money? I need a bounce back this weekend. Field defeated. We're going to get it all back, Jake Riz. We're going to get it all back in a real way and some. This is the week to do it, guys. This is the week to do it. Who is the dog of the week? We'll get into it. We're going to get into all of it, PJ. Sup, Gary? Managed to catch a live stream early for once. It's good to have you here, CBD flower reviewer. It's good to have you here. I need a big weekend. Let's get it done. Let's get Phoebe some. We're gonna get everybody. Everyone gets paid this week. Everybody gets the bag this week. Sup, G? What do you think of Williams School this weekend? I didn't get to see the fight. I couldn't catch a stream of it. Hang on. School. I'm sorry. He fights this way. I thought he fought. Yeah, William School fights Jacob Bank. I thought it was yesterday. Why not? It's this Saturday. I'm gonna do a tape on it. I thought I missed the fight. That's this weekend. I thought it was last weekend. Okay. Let me get into that. It's not. Is it on any major? How are we watching this fight? It's not. It's not on the zone, right? Is it on the zone? I don't even know. Hang on. Castillo, I like Castillo. We're gonna get into all of it. I do like Sterling Castillo. Tio win by decision, so take the over. So I mean, everyone is saying it's gonna go over. Take the over, and then take the under on the knockdown props. Me and you have some predictions, right, Gary? There's much worse record stress. Look, it's a long year. 1 week isn't going to bring me down. It's like if a baseball team loses 2 out of 3 in a series. It's a long ass season, man. I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna win a thing. I'm gonna win a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I had a bad week. No one's perfect. Butiev, but shout out 79. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to sound out. I'm gonna win the whole thing. Yeah. Butiev can beat Boachuk. It's an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight. Boxing booth. It's a real interesting fight. Tio Shakur under 1.5 knockdown marks is a if you can get, yeah, I always like the under 1.5 knockdowns if you can get that, but this is not a bad prop. Odds on Jacob Bank are dropping. I gotta watch the tape on this fight. I mean, watching the tape on this is gonna be brutal and disgusting and ugly, but I gotta get into it, guys. I gotta get into the tape. This is an interesting. The over. Take the over. What are the odds on the over? Let's come up with a parlay. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. There's a guy named Home of Boxing who is 4 for 4. He picked Dalton Smith, Muay Thai, Chino, and Rod. It's pretty good work, man. That's pretty good work. He's off to a good start. We got plenty of time to close that gap, man. All right, let's pull up pro boxing odds. Let's do this. Let me start my poll question. Who wins Tio Shakur draw. All right. Who wins? Shakur, Tio, or it's a draw? You guys tell me now in the chat. The poll is live. The poll is live. Everybody vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Let me know who you guys think is going to win in the poll. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. Boachuk is shot, but Butiev. I don't know that Boachuk is shot. I don't know if that's fair. I don't ever think Boachuk was as good as you guys made him out to be. I thought he lost every round of Verge. He didn't knock him down, and I've said that 10 times. And everyone, no, he landed a right hand. It's like, yeah, he lost a round though. Verge isn't the easiest guy to hit, but he's not difficult to hit. I like Skull and Star. I gotta watch this Williams School tape. I gotta get it. I don't really have too much of a thought on that. But let me get to the tape. Don't be surprised when Kelly KO Mortazayev. You know, I don't think he's going to KO him. But we're going to get into that. That might be a no bet for me. After watching the tape on Mortazayev, that may be a no bet for me. But I haven't watched the tape yet on Josh Kelly. I'll have more on that for you guys tomorrow. Early pick, Sterling Castro versus. I like Sterling Castillo. So I'm going to keep calling him Sterling Castro. I need to stop that. Sterling Castillo. Early pick, Sterling Castillo. I like Castillo. He's picking Tio, I think. This week could be a chance to get him. Look, we got a whole year. This is a whole year competition, right? It's a whole year competition. All right, I got plenty of time. We're doing 2-3 fights a week. That's 150 fights a year, 150 fights a year. I ain't worried about it. Flores versus Castillo is a very good fight. Keeping in mind, guys, that Byron Flores, Stevenson decision. Yeah, that's the one right there, Big Tipper. Take Kelly over. It's a tough fight to bet, man. It's a tough fight to bet. I really think Backham is going to hit him with a massive counter, and that could happen. That's why I'm probably going to stay away from this. Pretty stacked week. Got the Riyadh card, the Pro Box card, and a Long Beach card featuring Lawrence King and Sam Arnold. Sam Arnold, baby. Sam Arnold. Yes, sir. All of 2026. I ain't worried about it. Kelly Backham over 10.5 rounds. Even money is the side for sure. The only thing that gets me is that we didn't use the Stephanie Hahn fight. That would have helped me. I was the only one that picked Hahn. I don't think there's any way to Tio beat Shakur. Shakur knows how to beat aggressive volume punchers. I got to go back and watch Tio and Loma. That's the fight I got to go back and watch. Not that Loma and Shakur are all that similar, but that's the fight I got to go back and watch. That's the one that's going to give me the best. That and the Ortiz fight, the fights that I'm going to study the most on Tio. All right, but first comes the. All right, let's take a look at the odds. Let's take a look at the odds here. I like Castillo, but that's not. Castillo's plus 106. This Bank and Skull fight. If anyone's got a prop on this, does anyone have a prop on Bank and Skull? If anyone has that, please let me know. I am very interested in that. Very interested in that. The Azim fight is off, which sucks because that was easy money. The Azim fight is off. Let's take Keyshawn in this. Take Adames. Let me try one more thing. To me, this is a great three-piece. This is a great three-piece parlay that I would lock in now, and I'm going to lock this in. I would take the over 10.5 on the Xander Zayas fight. I'm sorry. I would take the over 10.5 on Tio and Shakur. The over 10.5 on Tio and Shakur. And then I would take Xander and Keyshawn. Hang on. All right. I like this a lot, guys. Minus 147, Keyshawn, Xander, and over 10.5. To me, this is easy. This is an easy parlay. I can't see anything here not hitting. I can't see it at all. So this is the parlay that we're going to take. I'm going to lock this up, guys. Tell me what you think in the chat about this easy money parlay. If you want easy money, we'll come up with more parlays. We'll come up with other stuff. But that's going to be as good. That's going to be as easy as it gets, honestly. Yeah, Johnny's lucky I didn't include that card as well. He'd be down bad on prediction rate. Damn, Ortiz and Loma are two great fights to study this. Yeah, that's what I'm really going to study. 260 decision, Skull 280 banks. But I'm looking for just the fight to go the distance. Just for it to go the distance. Too easy. Tio is not an aggressive volume puncher. Don't listen to what the zone is trying to sell you. Tio is a slick boxer. Yeah, his style kind of varies. You know, he does a lot of things. I agree. He's not an aggressive volume puncher. He's not. Skull decision or fight to go the distance. The Skull who fought Canelo can win from bank. Plus, Skull increases value. It's a shootout. Bet 365 has Skull at minus one. Fight to go the distance. There's your bet right there. Over 10.5 on a fight to go the distance is a lock. That's a lock. I'm going to build around that. I'm going to take the over 10.5 at minus 334. I'm absolutely taking that. There hasn't been a high volume guy. There hasn't been a volume guy beat Shakur. The closest to beating him was De Los Santos. He got a 7-5 for just mirroring Shakur from the outside. That fight was, yeah. What up, El Gallo Negro? The only one who has a good shot of beating Shakur is Tio. I don't see it. He's bigger, that's for sure. He's gonna have to use his size. I think he's gonna have to try to manhandle him. I don't think it's gonna work though. Shakur does all his best work on the inside. He baits you on the inside. Tio will lose if he tries. Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree with what 79 is saying today. Man, Shushu might be in a tough fight. Yeah, I don't like the odds on that. The odds on that are ridiculous. I'm not touching that. No, sorry, Bob. Maybe the over. Going to be a good 179. Adding Adames is automatic hit on that 3-pick parlay. Yeah, I like Adames. I'm going to build another parlay around Adames, though. I am. I'm going to build another parlay, Adames, and then whenever I get the over on Adames and then the over on that bank fight, that's going to be a parlay I'm going to build, too. I think Adames has a good chance at a late stoppage. Castro hasn't fought in over a year. I see Bruce winning late stoppage. Castro hasn't fought over a year. I don't know. Castro's tough. Castro's rugged. I know Tio isn't a big puncher. I don't know about that. I think Tio's a big enough puncher for sure. I don't agree with that too easy. I'm just going off Tio's recent interviews where he's saying things like you'll have to KO a fighter like Shakur. Wouldn't it be better to choose fight to go the distance instead of over 10.5 for the Shakur Tio fight? Yeah, you'll get you if you want to do that, do it for sure. Yeah, if you want to do that, do that. I just like the over 10.5 just in case there's a crazy stoppage in the 12th round. It gives you a little better odds. But if you want to take the fight to go the distance, go ahead. Yeah, take it to go the distance. 110%. 110%. I have no problem with that. It sounds like he's trying to play mental games, make him think you're going to be predictable, then go out there and box him. The over on the Teo fight odds is trash. I mean, do you think the fight's not going the distance 79? I mean, I guarantee it's. I don't think they're terrible at all. It's this week I make money. This is the week I make money, Gary. Down to my. Well, we're gonna get you paid. You're gonna get paid. You're gonna get paid in a real way, Luis Carlo Trigiano. You're about to get paid in a real way, we're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure of that. Let me put out this lock. Give me 1 second. I just need to parlay something. What did I do with my parlay odds? All right. Let me give me 1 second. Let me give this. Let me put this out. Let me put this out. Over 10. Shakur. Teo. Give me 1 second. Sander money line minus 380. Keyshawn money line minus 650. TP minus 150. First lock. Okay. Audience. Message. Active. I'm gonna get this out in just a second. Let me get back to some of these real quick. I think it is, but why am I paying minus 750 on an over? Because it's not my. Where are you getting minus 750 from? It's minus 650. I mean, you don't have to take it because it's a parlay piece. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take it. No, in case somebody gets knocked out. What if there's a gay fraud no contest and you just threw the house to make a profit? I mean, guys, you don't have to take it. If you want to put you want to put a Damas in there and get you better odds. First of all, if it's a no contest, then that your boy that in the U.S. at least, I know Australia is different for some gay reason. But in the U.S., it would void. You wouldn't lose your parlay over that. That would just void out. I know that in the Australia, you lose your bet on a no contest, which is so gay. You got the chick fight, Francesca Hennessy. I have not, but I'm gonna get to that. For a risk reward perspective, betting on Ortiz is smart. Plus 900 on points. Keyshawn's first fight at 140. I don't see any way he's gonna win. I'd rather just bet the distance. But if you want, if you think there's value in it, I agree. The only way Ortiz is going to win is by decision, right? You're going to stop him. So, I mean, if you think that there's a chance that Jermaine Ortiz is, I don't see how Jermaine Ortiz is going to win. He's so defensive and just looks to survive. How is he actually going to win rounds with Keyshawn? I just don't see it. He's not even going to win the battle of the jabs, I don't think, although he might. But even at that, Keyshawn's going to come forward. Keyshawn's going to throw combinations. He's going to go to the body. He's going to land the more eye-catching shots, right? Like, he's going to do a lot of things. All Jermaine Ortiz is going to do is try to survive off the back foot, and it's hard to win rounds that way. Just ask William School. Over on the Shootout fight, that's probably a good bet. Let me post this for my Discord members. I probably like the over on Shootout. That's probably a good bet. I'm going to get to the tape on that fight too. That's probably a good bet. I probably like that. Sick thumbnail. Thank you, Addy. A very wise man made that thumbnail for me. I appreciate you, Addy. I appreciate you, my dude. I'm a Keyshawn diehard. I'm just gonna just let y'all talk this one out. Yeah, there's no way that Ortiz is winning this fight. May he make it ugly, may he slow it down, may he fight on his terms. He may do all of those things. He's still gonna lose wide, and I don't think he's getting stopped. I don't think he's getting stopped. Ortiz is a gatekeeper. I don't know if that's fair. He's not winning this fight, though. Gary Wright, Ortiz moves more than attack. Have you looked at Jacob Bank on the Pro Box main event? Castillo versus Flores is a great fight. I'm leaning towards Castillo. Jacob Bank, I got to look at. I got to get into this Jacob Bank fight. I have to look at that fight. That's what I'm going to do next. I got so many fights to get into. Like, let's just pick out like 10 fights and try to focus in on them, right? Like, like there are so many stocks in the stock market. There are so many stocks, and like I can't be an expert in all of them. What I can do is pick like one or two verticals, which is to say narrow industries, and focus in on that, right? And I think that's going to be the best bet. There are so many fights. Like, let's pick 10 fights, guys. Vote in the poll. Let's look at 10 fights and then focus in on that. Thoughts on the Sterling Castillo versus Brian Flores fight? You betting? I like Castillo. I'm gonna get to the tape on it. Sorry, I'm late. Do you think Ammo has any chance with Dominus? Ammo is a good friend of mine. I love Ammo. I've interviewed him many times. He's a Texas guy. I've talked to him a lot. I don't think he has much of a chance unless Adames, Adames, who lacks motivation to say the least sometimes, who isn't the hardest worker, comes in out of shape or not caring, then Ammo's live. And this is my I think Adames is going to win the fight. But I've told this story before. I'll tell it again real quick for those who haven't heard it. I was talking to oh God. Why doesn't my brain work anymore? Bob Santos. I was talking to Bob Santos once about Adames. I was talking to Bob. Let me try again. I was talking to Bob Santos about Adames, and he was telling me when he trained him, he had to lock. He lived in the pool house right, on his property, right? So he lived on Santos' pool house, and that's where he stayed during camp. He had to take all the food out of the pool house and lock up his fridge and his pantry so that Adames didn't go in and eat all the food. Like, he had to treat him like a baby. And then I asked this story about Robert Garcia, and I was telling him what Santos told me. Before I even finished the story, Robert Garcia starts laughing hysterically. Like, just starts laughing hysterically. He's like, that fat bastard, I had to kick him out of my camp, right? So Garcia kicked him out of his camp. Like, I'm not treating you like a baby. Just get out of my camp. Bob Santos was like, all right, let me baby you. Let me, But the point is, I say all that to say is, like, he clearly lacks motivation. Adames clearly lacks motivation and discipline. Could that rear its ugly head in this fight? It has in other fights. Patrick Teixeira comes to mind, right? Like, you've seen it. He's missed weight. He's unmotivated. And you see this a lot with Dominican fighters. I remember sparring with Joel Guzman and saying, this is the greatest fight I've ever seen. Like, and he just never really got there, right? But yeah, there's obviously a discipline issue with Adames. That's the only thing that can hold him back. Voted Shakur simply for his name. That's as good. That's as good a reason as any, my dude. You picked the winner. You picked the right guy. How do you see Rayo winning? Let's get to that. I see him winning. Take him on a money line. Tuning in late, but been out of power. Oh, that sucks, Havlock. Are you back on, or how you watching? Are you able to charge up? I hope everything is well, my dude. Miller might stop eBay, in my opinion. Miller, constant pressure, and you have to have a gas tank to keep up. 40 plus people on. Guys, smash the like button. Everybody smash the like button. Do smash the like button. That's a really good advice from Havelock. Adames versus Amo could go over. Amo is in shape, dude. It could go over. I'm not saying it can. It definitely could. I'm not saying I'm favoring Ortiz to win. I'm just saying a plus line. I understand what you're saying. It's value, and I don't disagree. Ortiz only has one chance of winning, and it's by decision. I don't think that's much of a chance. I mean, you're probably making a donation. You probably are. But okay, I think Ortiz can do okay on the back foot. To be honest, he's seriously underrated. If you think he's got a 35%, meaning, which is to say, if they fought 3 times, he'd win once, right? If you think that's the case, then bet him. If you think, because he's only going to win by decision, I think we could all agree on that. He's not going to outslug and stop Keyshawn. That's not happening. So, if you think he's going to win and he's going to, or if he has a 1 in 3 chance of winning, which is what you're suggesting, the odds should be 2-1, and he's only going to win by decision. I think we all agree on that. Then I think it's a good bet. If that's what you think, then that's a good bet. I don't think it's a 65-35 fight. I don't think he's got a 35% chance of winning. I think that Turkey can checkmate Adames, tighten up. He whoops Shiraz's ass. I thought the fight was closer than y'all did. I literally saw Adam beat the shit out of Bud during a sparring session. Adam, we're saying Adames? Is that what we're saying? His feet are way better than Keyshawn's. Keyshawn, his legs are better. I don't know that his feet are better. His legs are better. He's got better legs. I don't know that he's got better feet. Has never fought a guy that can check as many boxes. Yes. I just don't see how he's going to win rounds. We're all saying he's going to have to win it by a decision, right? He's not going to knock Keyshawn out. I think he's a highly gifted boxer. He doesn't throw enough. He fights defensively. He's off the back foot. Keyshawn, his jab is just as good, close to it. He's come forward. He's a much better offensive fighter. He's much better on the inside. He can cut the ring off. Keyshawn's got magical feet. Like, I think what you're saying by he's got better feet is he has better legs. I agree he's got better legs. He doesn't have better feet. Keyshawn's feet are superb. From James, do you think Ortiz will stand there and fight or run like he's in a marathon? Shushu could knock him out. He could. He could. But the odds are, I would say more likely than not, Shushu wins by decision. Money line. Yeah, decision. Yeah, I think we all agree on that. Isn't Turhan on a fade list eventually? She swings wild and Beatrice traded with her. I gotta look into this fight. That's a great question. You could try Canva. Canva's free. Try Canva. Go watch the greatest pull counter of all time, Keyshawn versus Lemos, and tell me, Keyshawn's feet are magical. His feet are magical. From James, Keyshawn and Xander's and Carrington all money line. Keyshawn, Xander, and Carrington all money line. Yeah, that'll hit for sure. Keyshawn, Xander, and Carrington. Yeah, for sure. Keyshawn's athleticism, timing, accuracy, it really is. Castro just knocked down Fulton and may have beat him. I am taking the over. I'm taking the over too. Keyshawn is not going to lose after his arch enemy just lost. It's more motivation to win. Josh Padley sucks, but dude, he's fighting has no defense. I don't think Padley sucks. I don't think that's fair. Don't have power. He's using power banks to keep phone charged. 17 degrees right now. We'll be yeah. I will never bet on Shushu after his last fight. Plus Castro is the dude. I don't like the odds on the fight. I'm probably not betting the fight. The only thing I may bet is the over. I like the odds on the over, but I'm not betting on. I don't like the odds on Castro. The odds are way too wide. Although I do think I'm fairly confident he's going to win. Do you guys remember a few months ago when Shushu struggled to hurt that random opponent? Like, I think Shushu's going to win the fight. I think he's clearly going to win the fight. Minus 900, minus 1,000 now. It's just not, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to bet that. He's the same odds. See, I know if I got canceled, I'm saying just bet Keyshawn. Like, Keyshawn's going to win. It's odds are better. All right. I do want to look at DraftKings, see what DraftKings has. I do like Padley. I think Padley's a good piece. This fight, let me get back to you on this fight. I got a lot of thoughts on this fight. Blanco at minus 4,000. Blanco by stoppage might be worth it. I don't have a prop on that, but I'm minus 4,000. I ain't touching it. Cedeno, I think it's a decent piece. Minus 1,100. It's a decent piece. Carrington, I don't like it. I do think Carrington's going to win. I absolutely think he's going to win. What I would look at here is the over. I think we go over on the Carrington fight for sure. Not for sure. More than likely. More than likely. So I think it might be a decent parlay. I do like Adames at minus 360. I think that's good value. Keyshawn, I like. The bet I really like a lot, though, is I think it's getting overlooked, is Keyshawn by decision at plus 110. I also like the over. I think this is a fight we can make money on. I think Keyshawn has a parlay piece. I think the over has a parlay piece. And I think Keyshawn by decision getting plus money is a great bet. I'm going to throw some money on that. Xander Zayas, I like a lot. The other bet I like a lot is Zayas by KO, plus 475. That's good value in that. I'm going to throw some money in on that as well. You guys want a plus money bet? That's the one. I like Shakur here at minus 330, and I like the over 10.5. I like the fight to go the distance. I like all that stuff. To go the distance at minus 550, you could take that. I like all of that. Shakur by decision, I like a lot at minus 210. I think that's a good bet. I would look to get in on that as well. All right. I have a feeling Tio might upset Shakur just due to his style and the fact that judges might not think he did enough to take Tio's belt. I don't think Tio fights the way you guys think he fights. He's mostly a slick boxer. I don't think he fights the way you guys. I think a lot of this fight is going to be Shakur coming forward. So what's the absolute lack? Gary putting my shit in the Shakur, Keyshawn, Xander. You're good on that. Do you think Backroom stops Josh? It's a tough fight to bet, man. It's a really, really tough fight to bet. Yeah, Abbas seems aggro might fall into Xander. Yeah, I don't think. I think that's a great steal. Barreau is a real fighter. I don't understand why, because he's not going to win because he gets hit too much and he doesn't have any power. He's going to stand in and trade. I'm not saying he's not good. He fights into the hands of Shakur. Of Xander. He fights right into Xander's hands. I think Shakur has more paths to victory, but I'm going to go with Tio. I expect a borderline robbery, close decision, chess match like boxing match. Ooh. All right. Let's check the poll, guys. This is closer than I thought. All right, guys, vote the poll. I'm going to end the poll in a minute. I'm going to address these these chats, and then I'm going to end the poll. Who is the dog for this week? That's the question. I would say I would look into Starling Castillo is a dog. If you want a dog bet, I would look at Keyshawn by decision. That's a Xander by stoppage is plus 475. I would look at all these. I honestly think Backroom and Josh go 12. It could. It is a tough fight to bet because Backroom is more flawed than I thought. I haven't watched him. It's been 14 months since that fight. It's been 14 months since the Zoo fight. I haven't watched him since. Tio struggles versus boxers. Sandor, he does. Backroom is always looking to KO guys. Always. He's a blunt object. Come forward. A big hitter, strong, floored, sloppy, head on the line, easy to hit. It's a tough fight to bet, man. It's a tough fight. I'm probably laying off of it. All right, guys. I'm going to end the poll now, guys. Vote in the poll now. Vote in the poll now. Everybody vote in the poll. Everybody vote in the poll. I'm going to end the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ending the poll in 1, and I'm ending the poll now. Poll was live for 30 minutes. You guys, it's closer than I thought. 52% think Shakur is going to win. 31 says TO. 17 says a draw. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right, guys. I'm going to end this now. Carrington by decision. Keyshawn by decision. Stevenson decision. Plus 490 Yeah, I like it. I like this tipper. That's pretty good. Keyshawn. I like Keyshawn by decision. I don't think anyone really knocks out Ortiz, so I'm going to go Keyshawn by decision. Ortiz got hurt by Moran and Adorno. Nearly got knocked out. What's the upset this week? Plus 475. Plus 475. Xander by stoppage. Yeah, but but why is he overhyped since the fight? Since Tim fight, Kelly looked pretty dialed in his last fight, and it should have been a unanimous decision. Padley faces Bamaldi this weekend. You think Padley versus via decision is safe. Money line is minus 700. I'm getting better odds on that, but probably Padley by decision. Sushu could get upset maybe. Kelly Merchant could go the distance. Keyshawn on points. Tio upset. All right, guys. I'm going to end the live stream. Appreciate everyone. I will be back tonight. It is January 26th, 2026. Starling doesn't convince me he had close fights. Zaya's opponents is tough. I doubt he's not. He gets hit so much. At plus 475, at plus 475, what the odds are telling me is that they think it's more likely Xander loses than stops Barreau. I don't think that's true at all. Not trying to be a douchebag, but did you get the advice from Johnny? Johnny. All right, yeah, I'm going to drop off. January 26th, 2026, from Texas to the world. Thank you. And God bless. What's going on here? Bro. I don't listen to a word, Johnny. Johnny's a good dude. All right. He knows his stuff, too. All right. I'm ending this.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.